A Medieval Madness MPU and driver board. In the MPU, I have installed NVRAM, updated the ROM to the latest version 1.09, replaced the power input header way up here, and installed a 4.27 DC volt reset watchdog, and the CPU looks good. No other issues with it. The driver board came along with it, and the client indicated that there is an issue with the lamp matrix. This pin, now that I'm looking at that pin looks horrible. I'll take a look at that afterwards, after I get done doing this video. But I thought it was a matter of this tip 107 not being soldered correctly to the board, so I removed it, cleaned it up, and then installed it correctly, and now it looks like it's good to go. Why don't I do this? Let's connect to that header. These headers, by the way, are all in parallel or series. You can use this header or this header, same thing for these three over here. Any of those work just fine. All right, powering on. That's a good sign. Got the ROM revision number. It's going to take a few seconds here because I don't have a soundboard attached, and it's trying to communicate with the soundboard, and it's going to come up with soundboard interface error, which is no biggie. So we're going to have to wait this out. There's no way to get around this as far as I know. All right. Well, it was trying to detect some optos that it couldn't, so that's when it splashes that message up there. There's your soundboard interface error. Okay, let's go to switch test. Going across the diagonal of the switch matrix. And I got to pick up row 8. There we go. And then these are the coin door switches. Excellent. I got my hand backwards there. Let's test the solenoids. I had my tester wired backwards for the flippers, you'll see here when I test those. This is, some of these LEDs stay on for a longer period of time. Those are hold circuits on gates, so they have to be on for a longer period of time. This is the troll solenoids that I was just testing. This they use a flipper circuit, so there's a power stroke and a hold circuit for those trolls. I want to go back and show you where that was. There's the trolls. Yeah. All right, GI, and remembering that WPC 95 only has 3 dimmable GI strings and the other 2 are on all the time. Outstanding. Lamps and flashers. Unusual to see the flashers ordered like that, and we can see now that all these lamps are working correctly. So I'm going to examine this pin that looked a little tarnished over here when I get it back under some light, but I think that was good to go. The driver board needed some power out, power in headers replaced, and I replaced the cap at C9 when it comes in. That's a 5-volt filter cap, and there's a 5-volt cap, 100 microfarad cap right there that gets replaced also. This is one of the later driver boards. It uses 0-ohm jumpers or wire jumpers here, so that this area of the driver board does not burn up like previous ones did, like in my Attack from Mars, for instance. Good to go. Thank you so much. This is my dumbass designed AV board for my Attack from Mars, and I've swapped it out now for the client's Medieval Madness. I almost said Mad Max AV board, and I changed the caps out on these 2 big 10Ks. There are 4 1 microfarad 63 volt. I replaced them with 100 volt, and I replaced the 2 150 microfarad 160 volt caps up here with the more available 220 microfarad 160 volt caps, and those are just fine. So I wanted to prove that the voltages being generated by the high voltage section were correct, and it is correctly driving this display. So let's see if we can hear some Medieval Madness sounds coming out of an attack from Mars. And that is good enough to prove that the sound circuitry on this board is working. So now I have a complete board set ready to go for Medieval Madness.